It's got to be one of the most confusing situations anyone can face. The person who completely broke your heart is suddenly back. They left and it felt like they took a piece of you with them. And just when you finally started to put yourself back together, there they are. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack what their return really means, and maybe more importantly, what it means for you.
Okay, so this right here, this is the most important thing to do first. Before you even think about replying to that text or answering that call, just stop. Take a breath. Because when a man who hurt you decides to come back, trust me, it's never random and it's never simple. We really need to understand the why before we can even begin to decide on the what now. So, let's talk about that door for a second, the one you had to close. See, when someone hurts you that deeply, it's not just your heart that breaks, right? It's your entire sense of safety that gets shaken up. You lost the version of yourself that trusted them completely, and that is a huge loss.
And that is exactly why his return just throws everything into chaos. It's not just one feeling. It's like a tidal wave of totally contradictory emotions hitting you all at once. So if you're feeling confused and hopeful and totally terrified all at the same time, you're not going crazy, I promise. That is a completely normal reaction to this kind of emotional earthquake.
All right, so let's shift gears a little. We've talked about your feelings, but now let's try to unpack his motives. We have to be smart about this. We have to look right past that charming smile or that "I miss you" text and really dig into the real reasons he might have just popped back into your life. This isn't about romance, this is about psychology.
So this slide basically breaks down the 4 big realizations he probably had. First, the reality of losing you actually hit him. He might have thought he wanted freedom, but what he found was just emptiness. Then, your silence, it forced him to sit with his own ego for a change. And after that, he truly started to feel your absence, realizing that, wow, no one else was there for him in the same way. And then, the big one. He saw you thriving and growing without him. And let me tell you, that kind of strength is incredibly attractive.
But, and this is a big one, here's the hard truth we have to face. Not every comeback is some grand romantic gesture. Sometimes he's back because, well, his other plans fell through. He's back because life got a little lonely and you were his comfort zone. It's a tough pill to swallow for sure, but it's something you absolutely have to consider.
So, the million-dollar question is, how can you possibly tell the difference? How do you know if it's genuine change or just a temporary fix for his loneliness? Well, that brings us to the most critical test of all. Is he bringing accountability to the table, or is he just serving up a big plate of nostalgia?
And this slide, it just nails the difference. You have to listen very carefully to his words. Accountability sounds like, "I get it, I know I hurt you, and I was wrong." It owns the pain. Nostalgia, on the other hand, sounds like, "I miss the good times, can't we just forget all the bad stuff and go back?" One is about healing the wound, the other is about pretending it's not even there.
Look, real change, it's not what he says, it's what he does. You have to see it. Is he actually listening to you now, or just waiting for his turn to talk? Does he take full responsibility without adding a "but" at the end? And maybe the most important thing, does he respect that you need time and space? If he's rushing you or trying to make you feel guilty for not immediately forgiving him, that's not love. That is a massive red flag.
Okay, we have spent a lot of time picking him apart. But now we're going to do something way more important. Let's shift the focus. For a minute, just forget about why he came back. The real question, the one that truly matters, is why are you even considering letting him back in?
So let's get brutally honest with ourselves. Look deep down. Is this really love?
Or is it maybe just the comfort of something familiar? The fear of having to start all over again with someone new? Is this a moment of true, genuine forgiveness? A sense of peace you've actually found within yourself?
Or could it just be loneliness? A quick fix for those quiet nights? Answering these questions honestly, that's how you make the right choice for you.
And you know what this all leads to? It leads to this incredibly powerful sign of maturity. The understanding that you can absolutely still love someone, and at the very same time, choose not to give them a place in your life anymore. You have to remember this. Love does not automatically equal access. Your feelings for him don't get to cancel out the boundaries you built for yourself.
Which brings us right here to our final and most important part, choosing your peace. His return doesn't have to mean anything about fate or destiny. Think of it as a test of how much you've grown. The power to decide what happens next was never his. It has always, always been yours.
I mean, this is the battle that's happening inside your head right now, isn't it? There's that voice of raw emotion, the part of you that whispers, I miss him. But then there's that other voice, the voice of clarity, the one you've worked so hard to build. And that voice is saying, I deserve consistency. I deserve respect. I deserve someone who doesn't have to lose me to finally realize my worth.
And that's really what this all boils down to, isn't it? Look, second chances can be powerful, beautiful things, but they should never, ever come at the cost of your self-respect. You are not the same person who cried over him. You have fought too hard to become who you are now. Don't betray her. So I'm going to leave you with this one last really powerful question to think about. As you're making this decision, ask yourself this. Are you choosing him, or are you choosing the old version of yourself, the one who accepted less than she deserved? The answer? That's totally up to you. But just make sure you choose the path that honors how incredibly far you've already come.